Hi, everyone. I just wanted to share a word with you that the Lord pressed upon my heart on my birthday. He placed in my spirit that I needed to go to another level of transparency. And He meant by that I need to share with you a bit of my testimony and how far He's brought me because He has been in my life and He loves me. So, as I celebrated my birthday on Sunday, he reminded me that today, February 4th, was 6 years ago, was the day that I started chemotherapy. 7 years ago, actually 2013, I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer, and it was really a devastating blow. Shortly after that, my marriage ended, and I was left completely and utterly devastated, not really sure how to pick up the pieces of my life, not even sure if I was going to live to see tomorrow. So I just kind of gave up, and I was like, okay, well, God, I don't see how it is possible for me to live past this experience. I feel like all of my fears, every single anxiety that I felt came true, and I didn't know how to cope or deal with the life that was in that season. And I was filled with a lot of anger and resentment and hurt. And a lot of that just came to the surface. Things that were already in me, a lot of ugliness kind of rose. And it really showed me who I was in that time. And it made me realize that I honestly didn't love myself. I didn't like myself. Was a people pleaser and was really just trying to perform so that people would accept me, love me, whatever you want to say. Those are the things that I did in order to get that validation. But I realize now what he was doing in that season, which was really, getting me to see myself, seeing who I was and who I did not want to be. And when I took a good hard look in the mirror, I didn't like who I saw. So I decided that I wanted to make some changes and really face myself head on, really seek the Lord and get to know who He is. And in order to get to know who I am truly and who He's created me to be. It's been seven, 8 years that I've been dealing with different health issues from one thing to another because, of course, when you are diagnosed, there's other things that can happen or come up, and it has been very challenging. And in the lowest season of my life, I really had to find out who I was in God. And I can say that I'm progressing. I think that the journey is not over, it's beginning. And it really got me to become a more authentic person, a more genuine and sincere person, and not just doing things for optics or anything like that, but truly just doing things from the bottom of my heart because I love people. So when I say like every single breath is a blessing, it is, because in one season, when I was going through, I did not want to live to see the next day. I did not want to go through another day because it was just too painful, too emotional, and I'd given up on myself. I'd stopped planning, I stopped living. I was just living from day to day. And now that I am, 7 years out and still going through, still dealing with a lot of different things. The journey's not over, but it's just beginning, and I'm super grateful. I am super grateful for the love and support that of everyone that has been on this lovely long journey with me. For those that prayed for me and that, reached out when they heard something was going on, I thank you. Um, I believe that God just really wanted me to share this, to share my heart, to share my experiences to those that are struggling with something, that are going through something. It doesn't have to be a health issue, it could be a family issue, it could be, anything. But just know that He will never leave you nor forsake you. He loves you, He's there for you, and He will always make a way when there is no way. When you see no way, He'll make a way. He'll open a window, and He will just continue to guide and protect you and support you. And He really turned my mess into a message. He turned my pain into joy. When I describe my experiences and the hurt that I've been through, I tell people it is the best, worst thing that ever happened to me, because at some point I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired of being unhappy, because I was like, there's so many people that are happy out here, and I'm here struggling with, depression and anger and bitterness and everything like that. And I was like, there has to be a better way of living. I don't believe that I was placed on this earth to be this angry and to be this hurt and to be this hostile. So, I truly believe that God allowed that season in my life for me to really get back to basics and get back to who He has created me to be, which is just really doing a lot of and self reflection, and really getting back to the heart of worship. And I can truly say that He makes the difference, because I don't know how I would have survived or made it through this season of hardship, and how I would have made it. I don't think I would have, because I was ready to give up. I did give up. And, God did not give up on me. My family didn't give up on me. My friends didn't give up on me. My church family didn't give up on me. They were praying for me. They were seeking me out, while I was trying to wallow in my bitterness and in my foolishness. He really just showed me so much about myself and the people that are around me when I felt totally isolated and utterly alone, when I felt like life had just stood still for me while everyone else around me is living and doing whatever they were doing in their life during that time. I literally was on my back crying out to God, because I didn't know how I would survive or move forward. And so He wanted me to make this message or make this video for someone to encourage them that He's with you no matter what you're facing, no matter what you're going through. He's got your back. He's taking care of you. He's just waiting for you to cry out to Him, to bring Him into the situation, to shift your perspective and your demeanor and continue to press into Him. Because when my back was against the wall and no one could solve my problems, I pressed into God. I seeked Him. I cried out to Him. I cried and cried and cried. And there was one night I remember that I was like crying out to Him, because I was like, this pain is just too much. I can't handle it. Help me, Lord. And in that same moment, I just felt like it was like somebody came and was like hugging me, and it was like maybe 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, because I wasn't sleeping well at that time. And I still kind of don't sleep well, but that's a whole different story for another day. But yeah, I just cried out to Him, and I just felt like He just enveloped me in His love. And immediately I stopped crying and I was able to go to sleep. So I just want to encourage you to reach out to those that are willing to pray for you, that are willing to lift your hands up when you're too tired to. Get a good support system around you. Seek the Lord. Pray, press into Him. Develop your own relationship with Him. Allow him to really move on your behalf, even when it seems like nothing is happening, something is happening. And like, be open, transparent, vulnerable. Let him do the work that he set out to do through every trial, through every tribulation. He is there in it with you through it. And, he doesn't give us more than we can bear. I didn't think I could handle everything that happened, but I'm still here. I'm still fighting. I feel like I'm the best version of myself now than I've ever been. And I'm so grateful. I don't know if I've said this already, but I describe it as the best worst thing that ever happened. And I'm so grateful for it because it gave me, in the face of death, it taught me how to live instead of always planning for tomorrow and putting things off. It taught me how to value every single breath, every single moment with the people that I love the most. Money is no longer an idol for me, because when you're on your deathbed, you're not thinking, oh, or what I thought was my deathbed. You're not thinking, oh, I want to make that, I should have made that extra dollar. I should have worked that overtime. No, you're thinking you wanted to have and spend those moments with the people that you love. So I thank God for the another opportunity, the second chance at life and living my life to the fullest. So I want to encourage whomever will make it to the end of this message that there's still more life left to live. And every single day that you open your eyes, you give God thanks and you try to make a difference in this world because you're in it, because you're special, because you are appointed for something great. We all have our own divine appointment, and we need to rise up and start living out that in that area that is designed specifically for us. So I say this to encourage you and to say that I love you, and I'm praying. And if there's anything that you guys need me to pray for specifically, you can message me or whatever, because you know what? My God never fails, and He will do it. He did it for me. He changed my life. He changed my heart. He changed a very sad, broken little girl into, I think, somebody that's kind of amazing. All kinds of cute, you know what I'm saying? But he's changed my life. He's made me who I am. He's created a new creature. He's changed my heart. He's just made a way where there was no way, and I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for every single moment. So I encourage you once again, if you're going through something, seek the Lord, seek out people that will support and pray with you and pray for you, and bless Jehovah, bless your hearts, bless your lives, bless that you made it through this video. If you did, if you didn't, that's because I believe strongly in my spirit that God wants to encourage someone that's going through something. So who needs to hear this word will hear it, and who won't. I truly love you guys, and have a blessed day.